Hello, Muscatine, and welcome to Muscatine in Focus. I am Mayor Brad Bark, the host of the show, and today we have a couple segments. The first segment is Christian Motorcycle Association, and then our second segment is Diversity Service Center of Iowa. So, without further ado, I'm going to introduce Craig right here. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Yes. So what we want you to do is basically just maybe start off with name and where you're from.
Sure.
Background.
I'm Craig Carey. I'm from Muscatine. I was originally from Columbus Junction. My wife is Susan, and my daughter is Taylor. She's married to Joel, and we have two grandkids, Archie and Goldie.
All right.
So we are living in Muscatine now.
Very good.
Yeah.
Nice. It's great to have you. And, we're here today to talk about blessing of the bikes, and that's coming up this weekend, which is wonderful. We'll get into that. But when did the Christian Motorcycle Association start? Nationally and then also locally.
So nationally, they started in 1975. A gentleman had a strained relationship with his son, so he bought a couple motorcycles, thinking that would heal that relationship, and he started traveling the country, going to rallies and poker runs and things like that. And he saw that there was no Christian influence in that area. So he felt like God put it on his heart to start a ministry, and he started in 1975. And right now, I think we have around 180,000 members worldwide.
Worldwide, so this is definitely worldwide then. Okay,
yeah,
wow.
Absolutely.
Very nice.
And then in Muscatine, the chapter came together in 2012. I've been a member since 2001, but I retired in 2011, and I finally felt like there was time to put into this. And a friend of mine stopped one day and said, "Hey, you still in CMA?" And I go, "Yeah." And he says, "Well, we need to start a chapter in town." So in 2012, we started. In 2013, we were chartered into the CMA.
Okay.
And so we've been going ever since.
Very nice, very nice. What's the mission, if I may ask with?
So the mission is changing one heart at a time, but our mission field is actually the biker community. We will talk to anybody about the Lord, but our main focus is going to events and trying to reach the bikers for Christ.
Very good, very good. Maybe I didn't catch it. How many people are part of the chapter locally?
So I think we're running right now around 20.
All right.
Yeah, we were running around 35 at one time. Some of our members have moved out of state and other things like that, so we're down to 20, but we still have a good group of people.
Very nice. And I know they have some stats that you want to share, but can you talk to me about some of the stats that you have?
Yeah. So we're in 38 countries with 1,405 chapters in the United States.
Wow.
They've determined that every 42 seconds a CMA member talks to somebody about Christ, and every 55 minutes they lead someone to Christ 24/7. So that's pretty cool.
Can you repeat that? Every 55 minutes?
Yep. So that we touch somebody for Christ every 42 seconds, and every 55 minutes they lead someone to the Lord.
All over the
world.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
That is really cool.
We partner with ministries with worldwide outreach potential, and we take the message of salvation in 194 different countries around the world. And Run for the Sun is a benefit that we have once a year that raises the money to do all this. Mm-hmm. And we have raised $94 million to help spread this. And they've calculated that 34.5 million people have come to know the Lord through that.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's very good. And some of the other ministries we partner with are Jesus Film Project. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. But it's shown in 124 countries, and it's translated into 1,985 languages. And they've calculated that 177 million people have viewed that, and 18 million people have accepted Christ through that.
Oh, wow, that's great.
Yeah. Then we're with Missionary Ventures. This is where we We buy the motorcycles for the pastors, so we've bought motorcycles, bicycles, boats, camels, anything they need to use to plant churches around the world. And they say with every 10 new churches, they see 180 new members come to know the Lord.
Wow.
So,
Very good.
and then
So
the
it's definitely all, I mean, this is worldwide.
this is
great.
worldwide, yeah. And the last one that goes worldwide is Open Doors, and this is where we buy, help them buy Bibles to get out into the suppressed countries, you know. And they've purchased almost 3.4 million Bibles to spread out to people in those countries.
That's
Yeah.
a lot of Bible.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah, and that's 60% of what we do. 40% is what we do in the United States, where we, as chapters of the United States, go to rallies, we go to Sturgis, and things like that, and just try to build relationships with people and let God open the door for us to talk to them.
That's great. I remember actually we took our camper out there maybe a couple of years ago, driving out there, and we went right past where about Sturgis was, but it was like 12-hour ride. Is that about right?
Yeah, about right from here. Yeah, yeah.
And the sun's in your face the whole time, so obviously you get a nice tan,
Yeah,
which is
right.
great.
Yeah,
So, this weekend,
yeah.
bike blessing. Talk to me about what, when people go there, what are they going to see,
Okay.
hear? I know that there's some vendors there too,
Yeah.
but there's a nice little kind of a pre-blessing activities that was posted on Facebook.
Yes.
And if you guys get a chance, go to the Facebook page and check this out. This is wonderful.
Yeah, so it's May 7th at First Baptist Church. The gates will open at 8:30 in the morning, and music will start at 9:30. There'll be, I have the vendors right here. We have Twisted Stitches. They do sewing on vests. Highway Honey Bandanas sells, bandanas and things for the
Yeah.
Harley world. Haney Cycle from town is going to have a booth this year. Holy Whistle is a device you put on the front of your car that keeps the deer away. He'll be set up there, and you can buy those. And there's a seat maker from Des Moines coming in, but I can't remember the name of the business
Sure.
right now, but he's coming. So they'll be set up, and there'll be a food vendor there serving breakfast if you want breakfast. There'll be door prizes drawn for later in the day. At 10:30, the worship will start. And then at 10:45, Jay Wolber, who is the North Central evangelist for CMA, will be giving the message. And then right after the message, we will have an altar call. Or people have an option to go to your motorcycle, and we'll go out, pray for them, bless the bike. Any need they have, we'll pray for. And then when we're done with that, we will draw for the bike, which is not a raffle. It is, you just come, you got to be signed up by, I think, 10:30, and we'll draw a name out of the hat at the end, and whoever's name we draw, they win the bike, and they take it home.
I see it on the bottom of that form, but what kind of bike are we looking at?
It's, I believe it's a 2009 Triumph Americana, or America. I don't know much about Triumph.
No, you're
but,
okay.
But yeah, it's nice.
Yeah,
and
that's really great.
it'll be given away, and all you need to be is, I think, 18, and you need to have a motorcycle license to win
right.
that.
So, and then there's the music. So the music, the band's called Choose
This Day, yes, that's us.
I know it is.
So that's me and my wife.
By the way, amazing at what he does. I was there last year. It was great. So yeah, talk
turned
to
out
us
all right.
about that, please. I think it's great.
Yeah, so it's myself and my wife, Susan, Jared Bassett, Dave Hoffman, who moved to Wisconsin, but he's coming back to play. He's our bass player. And Doug Miller is our drummer. And then Erin Meyer from First Baptist. She's going to help us in the actual worship part of the service.
Okay.
And sing backup and stuff.
Nice.
So yeah, we've been practicing and playing a few places and stuff. So yeah, we're ready.
Very good. And then, and I know on the thing. So Jay and Jane Wilbur. So
Yeah.
talk to me about the CMA North Central Regional Evangelist. What is that?
So CMA in the United States, I believe there's 6 regions.
Okay.
So Jay is this north central evangelist. He would be like North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, and Michigan, I believe. And he covers that area.
Wow.
So, yeah, he travels around that. He does a lot more than that, but
Sure.
but that's what he's responsible for. And he was asked last fall if he would come do this, and he agreed to do it. So they'll be here.
And I was going to say, before we got on TV, you know, last year we were talking about it was cold, it was rainy. Many people were still there having fun, having a blast. The food was good. The hot chocolate was amazing. My kids loved that. But what weather are we looking at for this weekend?
Well, when I looked this morning, it said a high of 83 and partly sunny, or partly cloudy.
That's perfect.
So it's, right now, it looks like it's going to be a perfect day for it.
That is perfect. And so, again, gates open at 8:30, going until about what time are you thinking?
I would think we'd be done by 11:30 to noon, somewhere in there.
Great.
I would think, yeah.
A lot of great things happening in that little chunk of time. So
I got one more thing.
Of
guys.
course, you bet.
So Saturday, the day before, that is our National Run for the Sun Day. So that's where we go out and ride as a chapter. And what we do here is we ride to Burlington, and the chapter in Burlington has a bike blessing at Crapple Park down there. So we go down to help them. So we're going to leave Casey's at Mulberry and 61 at 8:30 to ride down there. And anybody that rides, come. If you want to ride with us and go down there and enjoy that, you can ride down with us. So
very good.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good. Anything else you want to share to your audience before we conclude?
I just want to invite, people to come. You don't have to ride to come. If you have children, you want to bring them, and if you got a bicycle you want blessed, or a little Harley riding thing or whatever, we'll bless that. So we invite everybody in the community to show up and come and be part of it.
That's wonderful. Well, thanks again for being on the show.
You bet.
Second year, I appreciate it, and look forward to next year as well. But and then next segment, we'll be getting to Rosa Mendoza and Nick Salazar. And but yeah, thank you so much for
Thank you.
coming on today. Appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you.
And now we have Rosa Mendoza from the Diversity Service Center of Iowa. Welcome, Rosa.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so the first question I'm going to ask is, just tell me a little bit of who you are, where are you from, and how long have you been in Muscatine?
All right. Well, I'm originally from Texas.
Okay.
Actually born in Florida, raised in Texas, and settled in Muscatine 46 years ago. And so worked in production at Heinz for 13 years. And after that, I decided that I didn't want to be folding boxes, flaps anymore, and decided that I wanted to do something in the community. And here I am, a service provider, assisting the community.
Oh, that's great. So Florida, Texas, and of course the Midwest is so much better. I understand. I gotcha. No, that's great. And if you share, like, where's your location as well, that'd be great.
The Diversity Service Center of Iowa is located at 1514 Isett Avenue on Muscatine, here in Muscatine, just right across Kraft Heinz, if anybody knows where that is, but that's where we're located.
Very good. So when did the Diversity Service Center of Iowa open its doors to the public?
We opened our doors to the public back on March 1st of 2001.
Good. And that location, again, where was that at?
That location was actually right next to City Hall.
Okay, very good.
We were right next to
Oh, right
City-
next. Okay,
right
gotcha.
next to the City Hall, right
Good.
there. Yes, on 3rd Street.
So what programs do you offer? What programs do you offer, and who steps in the doors? Clients?
Okay. We have the educational outreach program in which we provide consultations on immigration issues.
Mm-hmm.
We prepare immigration forms, and we also represent individuals before immigration offices and embassies. The Diversity Service Center of Iowa is recognized and staff is accredited by the U.S. Department of Justice
Very cool.
to provide the services to the public on immigration issues.
Very good. So, is there like do you have statistics at all, or any kind of cool statistics to share, or anything fun like that?
Yes, I do. Well, actually, that's what I was looking at today, was looking at how many individuals we have served, and thus far we've served 105 families from 13 different nationalities. And
That's amazing.
it really is.
Great.
You know, and sometimes that when I look at that, it makes me realize how diverse our population really is.
Now, the 105 families, are they in the like Muscatine, or kind of spread out the county, different counties?
It's spread out. Right now, we've served individuals from 20 different communities
Very
in
good.
the state of Iowa, and then 5 communities in the state of Illinois
Very nice.
on that specific program. You know, because we also have the Senior Citizens Program, in which we provide options counseling for seniors who are ages 60 plus, and we service all seniors who are needing assistance either with rent rebates, maybe they're wanting to go into housing and need assistance with low housing, Medicare, supplemental insurances, whatever their needs may be. We have a bilingual staff who has worked with the seniors for the past 17 years. So,
That must be your staff right there.
oh
Look
yes,
at that.
yes.
That's a great group right there.
Thank you. So I have right there, you know, well, I guess as we're looking to my left, I have Rosa Mendoza. She is my daughter, and she provides options counseling, and she is also the bookkeeper. We then, next to her is Irma Rodriguez, and she does, she's another accredited representative to help with immigration. So she does everything in regards to immigration issues. And then we have Kaylee Hendricks, who is with us. She is the coordinator for our meal site.
Okay.
And then she is also the outreach individual for the COVID-19 vaccination health equity that we partnered with United Way to do here in Muscatine.
Very good. So, individuals that come in, families that come into with your services and programs, how many different types of languages
Do they speak?
do they speak? Yeah.
Do they speak? Usually we have, like I have mentioned, we have people from West Africa. Many of them speak like, you know, a broken English, but they were able to communicate with them. And usually, you know, with them it's French, so they also bring their own interpreters when they're not able to speak. But in the office, we have staff that's bilingual in English and Spanish. And so then with the other individuals that speak their own dialects, they always bring a family member to help with the translations.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Any other programs that you offer?
I mean, like I mentioned, Kaylee does the meal sites, and then so we also provide a meal site twice a month
Okay.
for seniors located at the Musserville United Methodist Church. We do it on the first Tuesday and third Wednesday of the month from 11 to 1. So for any senior ages 60 plus, you know, they're always welcome to come and join us.
Right. And Rosa, I know you have a really big heart. You care for so many people, but what made you start these programs?
Well, it actually started while I was working with MCSA back in the 90s. I started with them back in 1994. And what happened was, due to the meatpacking companies, we were seeing an influx of Latino population
Okay.
coming into the Muscatine area. And so while I was working at the Multicultural Center, we had individuals coming in stating that they needed assistance with renewing their permanent resident card. In order to keep employment, they needed to renew their documents. They had employment authorization documents that needed to be done. Some of them wanted to enroll in immigration programs. And so back in '94, that's when the educational outreach program was implemented, was to help the immigrant population that was coming into Muscatine and surrounding communities, of course, that were needing assistance with immigration. So that was how that program was implemented. With the Senior Citizens Program was also back in 1997 when that program was implemented for the seniors. And we actually had, back then it was Generations Area Agency on Aging, which is now Milestones Area Agency on Aging. And so they came to me while I was there at the center and said, you know, we want to provide a meal site. We've received funding specifically for the Hispanic population, and we would like to see if you could help us at least provide one meal site a month. And so that's what we did. We'd partner up with them, did that. Then they came back, had additional funds. This time it was to provide case management for senior citizens, and wanted to know if we would take that on as well. And so that's how both of those programs were implemented.
Very nice. What populations and geographic areas do you serve?
Well, we serve the eastern and western side of Illinois, eastern side of Iowa. So anyone from Des Moines this way, Dubuque, Ottumwa, to us, and then from Chicago, from there over here.
Okay. That's a big area. That's great.
It really is, and it's all been by word of mouth. What we see is that unfortunately in the bigger cities, there's fraud. And so unfortunately people, have been exploited and taken advantage of. And so, when they come to us and we hear everything that they've been through, for us to be able to help them, then, we built that trust with them. So, I guess that's why we have that area and the trust that we have built with the individuals. Last year, we serviced people from 26 different countries.
26 countries.
26 different countries.
Wow.
So it's wonderful to be able to service the individuals. Now, we do have a lot of individuals who are U.S. citizens. We also have our military men and women who have their fiancés abroad or have married abroad, and they come in and they want to bring their loved ones to the United States to be reunited. And so, we're just happy that we're here and able to address those needs.
Gotcha. Why do you think the work you do matters? Not only to that bi-state area you said, not Wisconsin, sorry. We could get up to Wisconsin, not Wisconsin, Iowa and Illinois, but why do you think it matters that bi-state and then also just our community, our county? Why does it matter?
Oh. Well, when it comes to the educational outreach program, Muscatine being an industrial community that it is, when we talk about the manpower, what we do is we renew individuals' documentations so they may continue employment. And so we have people who are under the Temporary Protected Status Program, under the DACA program, under asylum, under refugee, on legal permanent residence. So those individuals are needing to renew their document in order to continue to live and work permanently in the United States, or or the duration of their program, depending on where they're at. And so being that, we are able to help with employment retention in our local industry. And to me, that's very important. It's very important that we have the solution by helping these individuals renew their documents on time. We let them know, from the very beginning, and we help them through the whole process till the very end, till we make sure that they have their documentation. That's why we represent them before the immigration offices and embassies. And another thing is that when we start seeing the numbers, as we start seeing seniors retiring, we need to get more people in. And if the immigrant population can fulfill the need of our community when it comes to, the workforce, then, we want to be here for that. We want to make sure that, we have the solution by helping them renew it, keeping them for, employment retention, so there's not that turnover for our industry. And because when you do something like that, when you help someone, or if we're bringing someone as a legal permanent resident, they just gained their residency through a marriage to a U.S. citizen or a legal permanent resident, that's another person that gained legalization here in the United States and is able to obtain employment and work here permanently. So not only are we impacting the lives of the families that we serve by reuniting them, but also as they obtain their Social Security, their driver's license, their insurances, car insurances, able to open a bank account, able to purchase a home. When you look at the whole picture, it's an economic impact to our community, and we're just happy to be part of that.
So, side note, I'm really excited to meet with you next week then on the 11th because, you talk about, you said all the key factors. First of all, our community, I think, is really blessed. Just, we have a diverse community, but there's so much opportunity, right? Yes. And having you and, your staff that was up on the picture just a little bit ago, having them pour into the community too is not only good for the residents, but also for our industries as well, to get them plugged in. Sometimes there could be a language barrier as well, but having an opportunity to go visit Rosa over here and the gang is definitely a huge benefit for our community and puts us further ahead than, honestly, most communities in the United States, I would have to say.
And yes, and another thing that we see is that once an individual does obtain a status in the United States, not only do they obtain their status, but then they also gain financial stability, they gain security, peace of mind, and then become active members in our community. And that's what we want to see. We want them to become active members. We also help individuals become citizens of the United States by doing a naturalization application for them. And once they go to their interview with the immigration office, and if they pass, the civic test, then they are then scheduled to have an oath ceremony to become naturalized citizens of the United States, to where then they can vote. I think we have a picture of someone that's holding up a citizenship certificate. I don't know if they could be shown here. So
cool, yeah.
We have one of our clients that became a citizen of the United States, and now he is able to have a government job, which he now holds a government job in our community.
Oh, nice.
And so once they become a citizen, they're able to vote. They're able to obtain government employment, and this is one of the dreams of our client here was to become a citizen and get a government position here in Muscatine. And so we're just happy that we are able to help them through that. So, just making sure people are taking the steps that they need to do to become citizens as well.
I was going to say the proper steps too, by
Yes.
basically guiding them and just saying, here's the next step. So great job. Is there anything you'd like to share with your audience at all today?
Well, we have some pictures. I don't know, maybe he was showing them, I don't.
No, yeah.
We can talk a little bit about the pictures as well that we have here. We have two individuals here, two brothers, actually. They were brought into the United States. One of them age 2 and the other one was age 5. They are on the Deferred Action Childhood Arrival program, which is the DACA program. And so both, what happened was once they enrolled in that program, they graduated and were able to continue. One of them, I believe, was going to go into what was it, public relations, and the other one an accountant.
Nice.
And so, you know, we were very happy when they came to our office to renew their status. So these individuals have to be renewing their status every 2 years. And then here we have our client. She has been reunited with 2 of her children that she left since they were infants. And to be reunited, I believe it was after, I think it was 18 or 19 years. So she brought them, and she said they were little when I left, and here they are.
So it's been 18, 19 years
19 years of separation.
Oh,
And for her as well, she has become a citizen, became a citizen, and is a certified nurse's aide.
nice.
So in our community. And here we have a couple. They've been reunited. It was a long process for them for the reason that for COVID,
Sure.
the embassies closed, and so it took a couple of years for our client to be reunited with his wife. But she's here.
What a story, right?
Yes. And then pictures of our meal site that we hold twice a month. And so we have a wonderful group. This is one of our clients that participates in the options counseling program. And just glad that we're here for all the seniors. Thus far, we've assisted 66 seniors in our program this year.
That's great.
And here I have to my right would be there Nick Salazar, he's board president, and then Ashley Curtis, who is our treasurer. And with that, I also want to include that we have Becca Jones, who is the secretary for the board, and then we also have Josue Villatoro, who is the vice president of our board there. And then we have Sue Johansson, we have Billy Gibson, we have Santos Saucedo, and Daniel Da'u, who is also board members.
Very cool. Josue's my neighbor. Yeah, I like it. Very good.
Yes, okay, and here we have one of our clients here. She is in high school. And she went through a program. We helped her. She was out of status, so we helped her enroll in a program specifically for Liberian population. And she became a resident. So in that envelope, she's holding her legal permanent document. And she already has a summer job lined up for her. So we're just excited for her to finally, it took her, a long time to get her documents as well, because she needed to prove her identification, obtain her passport, and it was very difficult to do that. So, and here we have our clients. They were reunited. The wife is from the Philippines.
Wonderful.
Yes, and so we're just happy that we're able to make a difference in everyone's life then.
Well, I'd like just to reiterate, thank you so much for everything you do for our community. I look forward to continuing to talk with you, especially next week.
Yes.
And again, what phone number can they reach out to?
Our phone number is 563-264-8883.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Rosa. And Muscatine, thank you so much for watching today, and we will see you next time. And remember, be your best, and we'll talk to you soon.